Here we go! I know it's been a couple of weeks, but I'm doing it. Before we start, like and subscribe. Make sure you do all that stuff. Comment, everything. If I wave my hands, does it make it seem more appealing? Underscores is the musical moniker of American singer and songwriter April Harper Gray. They're a relatively new artist, at least as I'm currently finding out about them. Their debut came out in 2018. They followed it up in 2021 with Fishmonger. Now they present us with WALLSOCKET. Without wasting any time, let us just simply dive into what this album delivers. Cops and Robbers is some wacko land indie rock that makes use of these super fuzzy synthesizers to act as a sonic contrast to the more straightforward rock instrumentation. It does sound a little bit like if 100 gecs leaned into lo-fi indie on their last album. Lyrically, the tone of the album is set for an adventure of miscreants getting up to no good and learning some lessons along the way. The last time you saw someone with a scheming gun. Girls Like Us goes full electro dance and it absolutely rips. This might be my favorite song on the album. Just putting that out there. I get a little bit of Poppy on this one, but like if Poppy had an inkling to revive like early 2010s Kesha style pop music. Also, the electro-industrial duo Black Dresses appears to be guiding the musical ethos of this track quite a bit. It's such a wild collection of influences. And when the chorus kicks in and the whole track takes on this massive industrial demeanor, it's just... I don't really have words for it. Duh. Might be very obviously titled, but this track is actually one of the more multifaceted and dynamic ballads on this thing. There are some subdued keys, bit-crushed percussion, a weepy little harmonica solo that just fits this song like a glove. The glitchy alien mutant feel on much of this track is giving me some real Porter Robinson Nurture vibes. Beautiful progression. The demented storytelling continues onto the song You Don't Even Know Who I Am. This one details the inner turmoil of someone who is... well, let's just say a tad bit obsessive about someone else. This obsession clearly only goes one way too. They're putting all their time and energy into this one person and barely focusing on themselves. Lyrics like, I think I'm in love with the cards you were dealt, how it felt, why you're wiser than me, and it hurts that I'm not like you. Definitely give us a better idea about the parasocial nature of this relationship. The sample on this thing backs up the lyrical themes of this track too, looping away ad eternum. Everyone has bad days, cheer up, I'm here for you. It's unsettling, depressing, though the sudden burst of vocal layering in the final minute of the track is a genuinely beautiful, well-executed switch up. Puts a lump in the throat. Johnny, Johnny, Johnny basically chronicles the protagonist being groomed by a far older man. It's disturbing. Even more disturbing is the emotional dysphoria created by the song's disparate tonal dichotomy. If you're not really listening, the upbeat, jaunty nature of this cut might mask these apparent themes to you on first listen. Lyrics like, "'Cause Johnny's gonna be the one who finally makes me real," contrasted with lyrics like, "When Johnny was 11, I hadn't even been born," showcase the manipulation into feeling like you really enjoy this person's presence and company while simultaneously being conditioned into thinking that the position that you're in is in any way okay. I do love this one, though I would advise caution in approaching this song if this is something that you have experienced before. Old Money Bitch goes for straight up electropop. Sounds a bit like an early 2000s Britney Spears kind of jam. Lyrically, this effigy of a rich girl is being painted only to be burned down and spat on. The song makes me feel like I'm watching a scene from Mean Girls but in song form. It's pretty entertaining. Just as entertaining is the song Geez Louise. It goes from Blood Brothers-esque post-hardcore, quickly transitions into some 50s and 60s rockabilly. That all dies down and we're suddenly left with a lone guitar line and some ethereal ambience. Before too long, we're suddenly thrust into some pounding, ultra-compressed guitar and drums and synthesizer. This basically carries the track out, leaving some quiet, warbly guitar to fade out the madness. I can really only explain to you the arc of this song, because this is exactly how it progresses, all over the course of like 7 minutes as well. It's ambitious and it pulls it off perfectly, in my opinion. Jane Remover joins us for the song Uncanny Long Arms. This one seems to lyrically be touching on themes of growing up, finding yourself with sudden adult responsibilities, symbolized by literal sudden physical growth, having the ability to touch your toes without bending over. Aside from a more chilled out portion at the midpoint, this is all mostly set to some piercing shoegaze shoegazy guitars and just a generally thick, noisy mix. And Good Luck Final Girl is a lovely piece of string-kissed acoustic guitar balladry. It's a little subdued, but does have a very poignant sense of closure to it all, especially with its title referencing the horror movie trope of the final girl, the one who survives all the murdering and the death and the gore and the blood and the guts and the sadness and the fear and makes it out, defeating the monster or the killer or what have you. I enjoy this album a lot. I had fun revisiting it multiple times, seeing new layers be revealed, catching new details in the production. It definitely is an album that will reward returning. The mix of influences is insane, almost too many to actually make note of. Underscores is continuing to pave their own way in this modern field of alternative pop experimentalism. I am excited, let's just say, to see what happens next. I am giving this thing an 8.9 or a 9.0 out of 10. I will decide in post. Oh, good to be back. Like I said at the beginning, do all the stuff that I asked you to. Like and subscribe and comment. Other than that, I will leave you all with it. Don't die, eat healthy, pop pills, have fun. Life's too short. Respect your elders as well. Grandma's been around longer than you, kid. You gotta show some respect. Oh, God. Okay, goodbye now. Goodbye now. Mwah. Mwah. Boing.